Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this. He finds himself in drama that is weirdly calculated. Do you want to come in and talk about all this too? Because Brandon's actually been keeping up with this drama for once. Y'all, I see what he has. I see what he has.
And y'all, I got
This is
some
shady.
guacamole. And y'all, I'm just hoping that the avocados that were used for this guacamole are not rotten and sketchy like some avocados can tend to be. Because I've heard a lot of people talking lately about some avocados being like a little like to the left.
Oh my god. Y'all, we're about to spill the
if
real
avocado
tea now,
pops out of here and starts taking pictures of our house, oh my god. We have larger things to worry about.
And he hadn't eaten 6 hours. And I was like, why would you ever say that?
I promise
he hadn't eaten 6 hours.
He's not gonna
die. Hey y'all, it's Bucky and welcome back to our channel. Y'all, today, what in the world has happened in the mukbang community? I mean, things have just been going crazy the last couple of days. We literally have so much to talk about, and we're gonna talk about it today, y'all. I'm not holding back. I know a lot of our viewers also know what I'm talking about. If you are involved at all in the mukbang community, or if you've literally just gone on Twitter or anywhere, like, it's been trending. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get it in. All right, so today, we have the rest of my king crab right here. We have some lobster tails, and we have this big daddy of a lobster tail. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I went to Harris Teeter today. I mean, look at these compared to the big one. I mean, that is so small compared to that. But we have 3 little lobster tails, and then this jumbo lobster tail that I've actually never seen them have at Harris Teeter. And then today I walked in to get some little lobster tails, and they were there, and I was like, I have to get one. I've never had a lobster tail this big, and I mean, this is only, I think it was a 1.5 pound lobster tail, and I've read that they can be even bigger than that, so maybe one day I'll have an even bigger lobster tail. But we do have that one, and I am ready to just go in. Over here we have some Bloves Smackalicious sauce, but the spicy version. And this is a homemade version. This is kind of what I made. That tastes very, very similar to the packet that she has. And speaking of, her spicy packet is back on Amazon for sale right now. So if you are interested, go get that right now. And let's just start talking about it, y'all, because if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the drama going on. Ooh. The drama going on between Stephanie SOO, or is it Sue? Everybody's videos that I've been watching, people say it different. So what's the real way? I think it would be Sue, Stephanie SOO. But I'm not sure. Let me know if y'all know. But the drama between NIKOCADO AVOCADO, Stephanie SOO, and just everybody else that is like randomly gotten involved with that. Whew. Y'all, I was so sad because this is my last little bit of king crab. Ooh. Ooh, y'all. I put the spice in that. All right. We're going that way today. Oh yes. Y'all know I love when those crab legs do the crab leg pull. Everybody's excited about the cheese pulls. I'm excited about the crab leg pulls. But that case, I got a 10-pound case of king crab, and I'm finally at the bottom of it. So that's why a lot of these parts are like partial. I think I only have like 3 like full crab legs. And y'all, also Merry Christmas Eve. I mean, literally Christmas is right around the corner, and 2020 is right around the corner. And I guess it's just so fitting that all these people are trying to get their drama out of 2019. Because I tell you what, it has just been so crazy. But like, didn't we expect a lot of it? And we'll go into it a little bit more, but like, come on, y'all. If we're thinking about the parties involved, didn't we kind of expect it? But I do want to share my opinion of everything. I've actually been keeping up with this drama for pretty closely. And, oh my God, my little lobster tail went rolling away. Ooh, I'm excited about this. All right, I'll eat this and then I promise we'll really get into it. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for talking about this. And everything that I say, that I will say in this video, doesn't mean that I'm like, I don't know, just nobody deserves hate and to be, you know, bullied, no matter how bad they may seem and like how awful of a person they may seem online. That still doesn't make you any better of a person to like go and like death threats and like, I'm tired of hearing that people are getting death threats. Because it is ridiculous. Why in the world would you go to somebody, especially somebody that you're mad at for bullying somebody, and then you're sending them death threats? Like, how in anybody's right mind does that make sense? Because then it just turns you into just as bad as they are. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to see what this one tastes like, this monster, because I love the babies. They're so good. And what, so if you don't know about the drama, if you're just coming to this and you're like, what the heck is Bucky talking about? Because I keep rambling, but NIKOCADO Avocado, he went to LA, or he's been in LA for the past week or two, and he had collabs set up. Well, he had a collab set up with Stephanie SOO, Zachary Choi, and some other ones. So they were all three collabing together, the three of them. For each of their channels. And if you haven't seen Stephanie's video, go check it out because she kind of goes into detail more so about what's going on. I don't want to spend the time trying to like say every detail, but check her video out because as it seems that she's had some past experiences that have been really dark and that she's had to deal with, and I guess NIKOCADO basically kind of triggered that mindset that she was in then, and her video that she put out basically said that whenever they were collabing and hanging out, that everything was fine. She felt comfortable with him. And there was the whole drama, I guess a year ago, with Veronica Wang, Stephanie, and this channel that was called Mukbang, which I love that channel though. I thought it was so funny. A bunch of drama there that NIKOCADO involved herself in. So there was just history. So finally, I guess Stephanie felt comfortable to collab with him and to hang out with him. And basically throughout the process, she started feeling manipulated because he kept wanting her to open up about Veronica Wang. And she didn't feel comfortable with it because, I mean, she has pretty a clean slate on YouTube. She pretty much stays drama free. And so to see her do this video, I was like, wow, like it must have been pretty bad for her to sit down, do a 45-minute video and basically expose another YouTuber that honestly feeds off of this kind of thing. I mean, if we know NIKOCADO, a lot of people like him for this like drama world that he lives in and that he feeds off of. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I'm not saying anything personally bad about anybody. I don't know any of them personally. So ultimately, everything I see online, a lot of it I take for a grain of salt because I don't know what they're like in real life. And I can't make that judgment until I've met them in real life or until I've actually experienced with them. But what I can do is make a judgment off of what their online persona is and what they portray themselves as. And I think NIKOCADO, we can pretty much say, is drama. It's like big antics. It's, you know, tons of food, like sauce dripping out of his mouth. You know, it's a very like, it's a persona that draws a lot of hate, and a lot of his views are hate watchers. But I think he strives off of it, and he's become successful off of it ultimately. So in that sense, are we surprised that he's yet again involved in another huge drama? I mean, it wasn't long ago at the beginning, towards the beginning of the year, that there was a big drama between him and Trisha Paytas. So he finds himself in drama that is weirdly calculated throughout the year. You know what I mean? It's an interesting thing. But I don't even know where I was at. But basically, she felt manipulated whenever they were collabing, because in her collab, he kept bringing up Veronica, or trying to get Stephanie to talk about Veronica and that whole drama. And she had told him off camera, and she was like, no, I'm not going to talk about that off camera or on camera. And he kept bringing it up whenever they were filming. And she said that that made her feel uncomfortable. Basically, fast forward, that the next day they were supposed to collab as well. And she kind of stood him up. She felt very uneasy while she was filming that day. And so the next day she was just like, I can't do it. I don't want to go back. I felt like he was like manipulating me, trying to get me to say stuff that, you know, I didn't feel comfortable doing. I'll keep talking about this, but this is the moment I've been waiting for, and hopefully y'all been waiting for, is I have to try this big guy. I mean, look at all that meat. Oh, yes. Ooh. Look. That's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. All right, let's dip this in really good. This is about to get really messy. Get down in there. Okay. This sauce is gonna be all over me. All right, y'all. This is where it's at. This is so good. I mean, it tastes just like the little ones, but just like bigger. I should have picked a different meal to talk about like all this drama. Cause like with seafood and like I get like so involved and invested, and like, I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. And I forget to talk. And like, now I keep losing my train of thought because I'm like, oh my, it's so spicy though. Okay. Whew. So good. Alright, where was I with all this mukbang drama? That's really what it came down to. And in her video, she basically said that she stood them up the next day because she didn't feel comfortable going. And nobody should ever be forced to do anything that they don't want to do. And obviously, She wasn't forced to do it the next day, but she they were gonna do it 3 videos again, so they were supposed to start it early in the day, and they didn't. And she finally sent him a message and was like, you know, I don't feel comfortable, like I was up all night, or I was in and out of sleep, which is a whole nother drama that we got to get into. So basically that happened, and she texted and she was like, I'm not coming, I don't feel good, I didn't sleep well last night. She has some editing and stuff to do for some other like brand deals, and that was that. Since I've started doing this video, it is probably around 3 o'clock on Monday, and NIKOCADO still hasn't even uploaded a video. Hang on. Hey, I didn't know you were going to be home already.
Yeah.
Well, guess who just walked in the door, y'all? Sorry.
God.
Don't knock the camera.
It's fishy in here.
Y'all.
I can't
Brandon's
even get by.
What? Alright, so Brandon's in the house. Do you want to come and talk about, because Brandon's actually been keeping up with this drama for once. Do you want to come in and talk about all this too?
I can. I got some treats to come and talk too.
You got treats?
Yeah, I got me a little snack.
Oh Lord. Alright, so I'm gonna snap and Brandon's gonna be in here and we're gonna get talking more about this drama.
Hey y'all, it's Brandon. I have popped in the video, y'all.
Surprise!
While Bucky was filming, and y'all, I did swing by the store and I got myself a snack, and I just wanna, I got me some chips.
What else you got over there?
I got some queso.
What else you got?
I got some pico.
Y'all, I see what he has. I see what he has.
And then, y'all, I
this
got
is
some
shady.
Guacamole. And y'all, I'm just hoping that the avocados that were used for this guacamole are not rotten and sketchy like some avocados can tend to be. Because I've heard a lot of people talking lately about some avocados being like a little like to the left.
Oh my God.
So, you know, I just...
You're gonna let me keep that in here?
I mean, it's meant to be funny. So y'all, I just hope my avocados are fresh and nice and they don't, you know, try to...
Y'all, we're about to spill the
If
real
avocado
tea now,
pops out of here and starts taking pictures of our house, oh my God. We have larger things to worry about. So y'all, I just had to get on the video because I have some opinions on the stuff.
Okay, I'll
Bucky,
tell you.
I literally do not know where Bucky
So
is in the video.
basically, where I left off, and I've been rambling because I'm into eating. This is like the worst thing to try to like talk drama and eat. See,
Got
like
some Diet Mountain Dew, y'all
you know. But anyway,
Okay.
so I basically told them that Stephanie and Nick, they were supposed to collab, and basically she felt manipulated by Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Short story short, she stood him up the next day, texted
Short
him.
story short, okay.
Long story,
Okay.
you know what I mean. And that's kind of where I left it off. They don't know much about it. I tried to explain a little bit about how he tried to manipulate her and like talk about the Veronica Wang thing. But that's kind of where I left it off. And I basically said Nick's always getting into drama. It's kind of calculated. I think personally that this whole thing with Trisha,
On whose behalf?
Nick's. I think everything's well planned out.
If I get that what's that sauce?
Be less spicy.
If I get that on my golden girl.
Well, don't stick your hand in it. But anyways, that's kind of where I left off, and I think it'll be interesting now because I don't think me and Brandon agree 100% on this. So I think it'll be cool to...
Yeah. So we'll just keep doing whatever you were doing.
Well, I was also saying at this time, I think that's actually where I was when you walked in. I'm like so distracted now. But all of this, Stephanie posted her video...
As of now, NIKOCADO has not posted anything on YouTube addressing the thing.
And Stephanie posted her video on Saturday.
Trisha posted yesterday.
And it's Monday. Trisha posted yesterday. And then
Honey posted today.
And can we talk about this? That Honey's apology, like what was that? What was that?
But
she posted hers today. So I actually tweeted and I was like, it's weird that all of these are like spread out like interestingly.
Day to day to day.
Yeah. And I'm like, Nick still hasn't said anything. I know he's been traveling, but he's been home for over 24 hours since he's been traveling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Honey said that he called crying and stuff.
Well, I don't know, but I'm checking. It's 3:11. He has still not posted anything. So, I think that's a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, it is weird. Cause he didn't he also delete the story he put on Instagram?
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird because I didn't think he said anything in there to be worried about.
Me either.
I thought it was very, for him, it was very like.
And if y'all don't know what we're talking about, I'll put it right here.
I'm not going to get home until like 11 a.m. because I missed my connecting flight, and the next available flight for a seat is like 7 hours after that. So I'm not going to have any sleep. I'm not going to get home until, like I said, 11. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm probably going to take seats to show that this is 100% fabricated and a total hit job. And I can prove it to you. So don't worry. Don't freak out. This is the biggest blow I've ever had to me. But yeah, I do have a response. Just wait for it. Don't believe everything you see or hear, because there's always two sides to a story, and you should know that by now.
For him, it was very like subdued.
Mm-hmm. These
Okay,
lobster tails
I do
are
have
so
good news to report, y'all. These avocados using this guacamole are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is tight quarters up in here.
Cool.
I have to put my hands
It's
up
just
here
because
to
you're
block
nervous
my
about
boobs.
getting your...
No, it's because the table's so close to my boobs and I can't. Well, what do we want to talk about now?
So basically, they've just seen. But
you haven't really given any opinions.
I mean,
about
no.
how
I
you
just
feel.
think NIKOCADO's online persona is about drama.
It's
So
a little
in
bit cray.
And in a way, this is going to be good for him because he gets a lot of hate watchers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
his last video that he posted is about to hit 1 million, and yes, he does hit 1 million views. You know, a good amount. It's not like that's that rare. But then, if you go and all the dislikes that he has on those videos now, it's crazy. But I mean, I just think we should say our opinions.
Okay.
What was your opinions on Stephanie's video? What was ultimately your opinion?
I felt really bad for her. I can totally see how she felt like Nick was manipulating her, making her feel some kind of way. I totally get how what Nick was doing, you know, in the aftermath, kind of telling everybody about the in and out of sleep thing and like having them kind of make a joke about it. You know, because I don't really feel bad for the other YouTubers who were kind of involved.
Let's talk about that. How other how is anybody else even involved?
Because apparently, like, the way that goes is Stephanie kind of, you know, wasn't feeling comfortable with Nick, so she's kind of started to ghost him, but she did eventually tell him, you know, I'm not going to collab because I've been in and out of sleep, which to me means, you know, somebody didn't sleep good the night before, so they're just not feeling it, they're not up for it, they're not energetic, whatever. I totally get that. There are days when I haven't had a good sleep that I don't want to get on here and feel.
I'm not leaving the couch, yeah.
So I get that. So, you know, for him, and what's funny is it's the second time he's kind of done that, but you know, the other time it was more public with him and Trisha, because it was kind of this very, very similar thing to what he did with Trisha. Except with Trisha, he just made a video and fired the first shot and like kind of exposed that side.
Well, and also Trisha, in Trisha's video that she uploaded, she kind of talks about it.
I do feel bad, y'all, and I'm not one to say this that often, but I do kind of feel bad for Trisha a little bit, because like
she said it.
And Bucky like can vouch for me. When we watched Stephanie's video on Saturday originally, one of the first things I thought was, this is weird, because there's exactly like, once Nick said the stuff about Trisha, it's like exactly what Trisha said was the reason why she didn't feel comfortable like collabing with Nick.
Yeah.
And y'all, Trisha was like, oh my god.
She was like
canceled because of that.
Yeah.
Like, it is such a stupid thing to get like in trouble with. It's like, it's your decision if you want to film or not, if you want to collab or not. You're a human being. You have a right to say no. And I think bringing the Stephanie SOO stuff back, it's like, I think she, you know, obviously in her video she addressed some other things, some like deeper seated things that are going on with her, and I think that the way that Nick handled the situation and kind of tried to force her into some things
triggered her.
it kind of triggered that. Like, she was operating in that headspace then, because she was like, oh my God, there's this guy, I'm saying no, but he keeps like trying to make it happen. And whatever it is, it could be her eating chocolate, it could be a sexual thing, it could be, you know, Nick trying to get her to like spill tea and start drama with other people. It's like, either way, the situation is still her saying, no, I don't want to do this, and somebody else being so persistent. Because y'all, nobody likes that in another human. If you say no, or if you express discomfort, the other person should accept that and keep it moving. Like, it's like, okay, you know, I get you. What, it doesn't matter the reason.
It don't matter if they
Nobody owes you an explanation for that. So for that, I do think Nick is wrong. Now, the stuff about this in Stephanie's video, I understand that she like went into detail about her own experience with the sexual assault and how it kind of triggered those feelings in her. Now, what I do think was a little like,
y'all don't come for us for that.
Don't come for me, because I said this too about the Tati and James stuff. Like, you know, Tati had direct issues with James, and it was more of like a business thing, like a friendship thing. But she threw in some other things in her video to kind of come after his character. And then that's kind of what Stephanie did with NIKOCADO. And now I'm not saying that she shouldn't have. I'm not saying, I just personally think that when you have an issue with somebody directly, it's better to go directly to them. I do not know if Stephanie tried that. I have not heard anybody say if she did or not. But it's one thing to like make a video like exposing somebody for things they've done to you. It's another thing to like include things that they've said about other people, or like do things to help build your case. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I get
and
what
I
you're
understand
saying,
that,
but I think she was doing that so people could relate to how she's feeling. Because if you think about it and not know her backstory, or not know how she's actually feeling inside, you're looking at it and you're like, she's making an exposed video off of him getting mad that she stood him up. You know what I mean? And that's really all that the proof that we have, besides him just being a jerk.
Well, and him going around taking pictures of her house and stuff like that.
But we don't know for sure.
That's true.
Because she can't post. And if Nick doesn't agree with that,
I feel like, though, why would she lie about that? Because
I mean, me too. But was he taking like selfies? Like, you know how he does? Was he doing like a selfie and then everything just kind of, you know, it just looked like he was taking pictures of the house? I don't know. There's a lot still that I'm just like, and I'm like, hopefully if Nick thinks that that part is sketchy whenever he does his video, he should then say, release that footage of me taking pictures.
And I think he should just be honest. Like, if he did that, he should just be like, yeah, like I was taking pictures of her house because of this and that. Or I don't know.
But that is weird though.
It is a weird behavior.
If he's just taking like...
It is a weird behavior, but it's also kind of something weird to be like that freaked out about.
I mean...
Does that make sense? I mean, I don't know.
You don't like...
I'm not like... I feel like I believe her 100%. I'm...
And she has the, like, that's her feelings, and she has the right...
That's the thing about this. Everybody is justified and validated in their own feelings, because... what you feel is you, and that belongs to nobody else, and you know,
and ultimately it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that part of her video talking about him manipulating other people and like subscribers, or not subscribers, but people that he was going to collab with, that basically he got mad that since they didn't do stuff with him, if you know what I mean, after they collabed, that he was upset about that.
Was it people that he was going to collab with?
Yeah.
Or I thought it was just people he was going to date.
No, it was a collab. It was after a collab.
Oh my god! Sure. I thought it was like just like a date.
No, that's why I was like,
oh my god! Well, that's
this
weird.
is an ongoing thing that you hear about NIKOCADO though.
Yeah.
I mean, in a weird way, he uses and manipulates his power. I guess his subscriber count.
And what's funny is like the fact that the thing that he has like power to abuse is funny to me.
I know, and I'm like, anyways, I only have one crab leg left. But that's kind of that whole thing. So what did you think about Trisha's apology? Or not, I guess it was an apology, yeah.
It wasn't really an apology. I mean, I don't know.
It was
covering
herself. Because ultimately, these people didn't know how deep rooted it was with Stephanie. Because somebody else that might not know her history would be like, it's honestly not that big of a deal. We're making light of, you know, you not coming and
people do that all the time.
And flaking. We have friends that flake all the time, and I get pissed.
Oh my God, yeah. Who
Well,
doesn't?
I'm still friends with them, but I'm like, at that moment, I'm like, really, like, you said we were going to do something, and now you're canceling last minute. But it's also their right to cancel whenever the hell they want, because it's their life. But I don't know. So Trisha's video, I think, kind of just covered her and said why she was like, kind of
people
poking
are coming
fun at
for
Stephanie.
her and be like, you're defending. I don't think she's really defending him.
I don't think she was defending him either. I think she was covering herself, and she used it because she did talk bad or like kind of made light of the situation in the videos before Stephanie released this video.
Can we go back a minute? Because I don't like the way you say that she was covering herself.
Okay.
I think that's like a negative connotation.
Why?
Because I think that when you say somebody was just covering for themselves, it's like, it was like out of a negative space, and it was like, oh my god, I have to get ahead of this. I have to do something about this.
I think it was a little bit.
Maybe, but like, I don't think that was the way she acted. Like, Trisha in her video was very like,
I mean, she was, yeah.
for Trisha,
she
low-key,
yeah.
It was very much like a normal, natural conversation.
But
I think that she wanted to explain that Nick had told some people some things about Stephanie, and that's why a lot of other YouTubers were like joking about the in and out asleep thing, and stuff like that. And like the reason she said, you know, I Stephanie sued a situation or whatever.
Oh yeah, we never even like talked. So the whole in and out asleep thing, if you're not caught up on all the drama,
we did talk about that,
but we didn't say like the people that were tagged, and like he posted it on Instagram
and tagged them.
Tag like,
even though they were not in, like, had nothing to do with
like
the situation.
Chelsea Lynn, or like Trashy Tammy, Trailer
Trash Tammy. Which, by the way, y'all, if you do not watch Chelsea Lynn, go watch her.
God, now she's somebody I want to collab with.
Her channel is so funny, and she had to put out a pure Instagram thing being
because
like,
she didn't even know who Stephanie was, and I think Nick just like tagged some of his friends that are like bigger channels just to like.
Just to kind of
get a reaction.
I think honestly, just so Stephanie would see.
Yeah. Oh, everything was. Yeah.
I mean, and that is really.
But that's.
Can we say the S word?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just say
that's crappy.
Just say.
That's really crappy.
Yeah, crappy. Can't believe I ate all that. That was so good though. Oh my god. That jumbo.
Where'd you get that?
Harris Teeter. $25. It was $30, but I saved $4
with your Vic card.
Yeah. But anyways, so that all happened. They tagged a bunch of other people, and some of the people they tagged.
NIKOCADO did.
But some of them, they were at like a club and they were saying like in and out. They were singing like a song.
In and out of sleep. They were singing it. Now that's what the Honey Girl. She was there doing that.
And that is what I do think is pretty crappy.
That's shady.
Because
I think that's shady.
Even if you hate that somebody flaked on you, for you to go out and about and tell basically all your friends, which I think telling people is a normal thing. You're going to tell your friends when you're upset. You know what I mean? But to mock it and to take a small part of that and to mock it to where you're doing it so Stephanie sees it.
Yeah.
It's out of like, it ain't like y'all were just doing it behind closed doors.
At that point, it's malicious.
Yeah. You're not doing it behind closed doors because we didn't know. We saw this in and out. He even posted them doing it and like him on his like Instagram story and stuff and like a whole in and out logo with it saying in and out of sleep. Everybody else, nobody would even know what that was about. So that ultimately tells you, you know what that tells you? He was wanting her to see it. He wanted it to be like a jab at her, and he wanted it to hurt her. And ultimately, that's it, and that's nasty. No matter how else you feel, that's ultimately a nasty thing, and a nasty person is going to do that because you're just wanting to hurt that person. But Honey's daggum apology video that she just posted today, if y'all haven't watched that one, she posted a few hours ago, and here, I'll just move this over.
Thank you.
Her apology video is so bad.
But
it's short.
But can I preface?
What?
I told Bucky this. I feel like her video, like, it's really unfortunate when there's drama in like the mukbang community because like I feel like most mukbangers are not cut out for like, they didn't seek out to be like dramatic and have drama. So I feel like with Honey, I feel like I read a lot of, like, I watched her video, I thought it was kind of strange.
I don't know,
like,
I've never seen any of her videos.
I haven't either, so I don't know if that's her personality.
I thought it was hyuneeeats. I had no clue that
Is it honey?
that word.
It's honey, right?
It is honey. Because she calls people her honeybees, which I'm like, that's also like.
Yeah, that's
Beyonce
weird.
thing,
That's the
like,
beehive.
Yeah, and the beehive will come after you, Miss Honey.
They don't call them honeybees. They're called a beehive.
Oh, honeybees is what our
Honeybees
basketball
that's
cheerleaders
the Hornets
are called.
basketball cheerleaders.
I'm cutting that out because I don't want
what a
people to
Beyonce
think.
fan.
I know I don't want people to not think I'm a Beyonce. fan.
You're leaving that in
no,
there.
I gotta
Yes,
cut it.
you're leaving that in there. Anyway, so
I'm sorry, Beyonce.
Lord, now I lost my train of thought.
Her
You
video.
said honeybees.
Just her video.
Oh yeah, her video. I feel like, you know, most bookmongers don't set out to be drama channels, so they don't really know how to handle these things. I feel like her video was really strange a little bit. Like she said it like it. Basically, her video was titled like "I'm sorry." What was her video title?
I don't even know.
I apologize or I'm sorry or something.
I don't even think so.
I think it was. Look it up.
Let's see if Nick's posted anything yet.
Why I'm sorry.
Yeah. Why I'm sorry.
And so I didn't really find much apology in there, a little bit, but I just feel like, you know, it's unfortunate when people are thrown into these situations and they have to address it publicly because everything that they do is so public. I just feel like she kind of didn't know how to handle it, and I feel like everybody's now walking this fine line of like,
well, everybody always makes fun of apology videos.
Because I feel like everybody's walking a fine line right now of, I believe Stephanie, I support Stephanie, I believe that she feels the way she does, and I think that's awful, and I think that Nick's behavior was not good.
Yeah.
So that's one side of the line. The other side of the line is
they didn't know how it was going to affect her. Though.
I'm a friend of Nick. Nick told me a certain way Stephanie behaved. I believed him, kind of joined the club to like poke fun, and now I'm realizing that
it was deeper for her.
It was deeper for her, but yet Nick is still my friend, and I don't want to like just trash him.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's kind of walking that line, and it's a really unfortunate place to be stuck as a human because like that at the end of the day, that's kind of where we all live. You know, that's where we operate. Like we all kind of live in like an in between of like pleasing one person, you know, in order to not disappoint another. Or I mean, it's just constantly life, and so it's sad when stuff like this becomes so public because you just feel bad for. I mean. I'm the type of person though, I usually feel bad for like everybody involved, even like the really, really awful person. You know, unless we're talking about something like criminal, then that's totally different.
Oh,
that's totally different. But when it's just like questions of like morality and like, you know, ethical behavior, then it kind of becomes like a lot of it's up to opinion and it's very subjective and it depends on like where you're coming from, how you're going to read the situation. And I just feel like there's no right or wrong way to kind of read everything. However, I do think what Nick did was crappy. I think he should apologize for it. I feel really bad for Stephanie because obviously she was very, very upset, and I think it's awful that she was put in that position.
But don't you kind of believe that the part that's really nasty about NIKOCADO was more so...
Yeah,
yes, it was bad.
Yeah, it was him threatening her with... Because he had also posted on his Instagram and stuff, being like, I'm about to expose somebody. You know, kind of inferring that it was her.
And how awful. Like,
that's not nice.
Come on. But
and
like,
if he really did record her conversations without her knowledge...
And y'all, that is...
I do not like that.
I will say, he makes me... You just don't know where he's going to take anything. So as another YouTuber or anybody, I feel like going against him is kind of scary though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he has no boundaries.
No.
I mean, he talks about everything on his channel. He literally does whatever on his channel. Like he's out there. So as somebody that's like not as out there, like you don't know what he's gonna say. You don't know how he's gonna manipulate something because.
And this whole idea of like, and let me say this
that's why him against Trisha, they're a good battle because Trisha will literally just come for you. Like she puts it all out there too, which is why I also think that like.
What's sad though is that he won that battle.
Exactly, but I think that's why is because she was seen as more of the manipulator. As
which you kind of said that in her video, which I agree with. Like Trisha was like, anytime I get in a fight with somebody, Trisha is the troll. Yeah, like Trisha is seen as the bad one just because of how she has been in the past and how her behavior is currently. Like she's just an emotional kind of, you know, all cards on the table kind of person, and so people are always going to think, oh, she's the psycho, you know?
Right. No, I fully agree.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just unfortunate. I feel like I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. I'm anxious to see what NIKOCADO says.
I am too. I literally keep refreshing.
I hope he does it soon.
Because I wanted to wait and do this video until after
because you want to hear
it,
every side of the story,
exactly.
you know? And
that's why all this seems a little calculated. And I'm not saying on everybody's part, but because I don't, like I said before, I don't know these people. It's hard for me to make judgments based off online personas.
Well, you just wonder, like, was NIKOCADO on the phone with Tricia saying, like, you need to put out a video?
Right.
Was he on the phone with Honey being like, will you put out a video? I don't know, and that's all speculation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I don't think that Stephanie is involved in the...
No.
But, actually, I ain't know. Because
No,
I don't think she is. I know she's not. I pray she's not.
No, Bunky, you know she's
I know
not.
she's
I don't
not.
think she would.
Because she wouldn't go into that, like...
No.
Because she's not that type of person. But, like, remember that person that literally said that they were being stalked outside their house? And it was like a smaller YouTube channel? I forget who it was.
And then what? They weren't?
It was all planned. This bigger YouTube channel, so they could like start like both kind of get traction.
God.
Their channel had started dying, which none of their channels have really died. The people involved in this, and so they, I'll have to figure out what it is and tell you about it because I don't want to say anything wrong. But yeah, that was like a thing this past year.
Well, that's crazy.
I know, but anyways. That's why the whole like YouTube thing, it like honestly is a scary place because it's hard to know what's real, what's not, and especially with people like Nick.
Yeah.
Because everything is so extreme.
like just
it's so dramatic on a daily.
unpredictable.
Yeah. And I mean even like yeah, it's weird. So hopefully he posts today. I mean, I feel so bad for Stephanie, and just like knowing that she was in pain or whatever, or like that she was affected like this, even if I might not understand like that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't understand how she's feeling because she's validated in her feelings no matter what. And hopefully when Nick apologizes, he says his points if he's going to come forward too, but he should say, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was so deep, or you had other feelings.
Yeah, no, you had those, yeah.
And I'm sorry that, you know, I did that to you. Because no matter what, even if you don't think you did anything wrong.
Well, the thing is,
if you know
the
that
thing
you
he did wrong,
like that,
the one thing he definitely did wrong is that nobody should do something to set out to harm somebody else.
Right.
And I think it's kind of obvious that he did that.
In what part? Making fun of her?
Mm-hmm.
The in and out? Yeah. I agree.
Not making all his friends joke about it.
Yeah. And I think all the friends kind of just got caught up in it, even though it's
I guess I shouldn't say harm. I guess I should have said hurt.
Yeah. Even though it's still weird to me that he tagged people that had no clue what this even was about.
Yeah, that is weird.
I hate that. I hate that. And I hate that for those people. Like for Chelsea. Because she had no clue what. She was like, And it was also bad for Chelsea Lynn.
Because she uploaded a collab with him that morning.
Because they had collabed while he was also out there. And it was literally right after Stephanie posted her video. So it did kind of look bad. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like, but.
That's the other thing. Let's talk about this for 1 second.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry if this is a long video, but we have a lot to discuss.
How many people have we recently seen collab with Nick? How many people did he collab with in LA?
A lot.
But not enough to where this video with Stephanie set him off enough. He wanted this one last collab.
Well, they had already had.
That's the thing.
Yeah. But then
you're gonna get that mad when you got all these other collabs. Well, that's what all this working.
That's what that hyena or honey.
Why do you keep saying hyena?
That's literally what I've always said. So it's like.
No, you said hyuni.
It's spelled weird. But anyways, that's kind of what she was saying, which is kind of another reason that I didn't like her video, because she was like, he has so many collabs planned. He books his days up all the time, from like breakfast to dinner, and he hadn't eaten in 6 hours. And I was like, why would you ever say that?
I promise
he hadn't eaten in 6 hours. He's not gonna die. Like, I hated when she said that. I was like,
that was weird.
No.
Like if I called one of my friends and said, "Oh my God, I haven't eaten in 6 hours," they'd be like, "And
Like, come on. I hated that about her video.
That is weird.
And like her just trying to make it like, oh, he's so busy. Like he has all these collabs planned, all these other people he could have collabed with. That's kind of what she inferred.
My thing
and
is,
he was waiting around on Stephanie.
I venture to say he's doing just fine. He'll be just fine without that one last collab.
Yeah. And ultimately, that's that. Hopefully, Nick. I mean, what time is it now? We've been filming this for a while. It's about 3:40. And still no video from Nick. Let's see if he said anything on Twitter. Y'all, he unfollowed me on everything. The only thing he didn't unfollow me on was my personal Twitter. I don't think he said anything. No. Oh well. Hopefully that's gonna come
soon.
But
because people need to hear his side.
Yeah.
People need to hear where he's coming from.
I would say
That's important.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what he says. We'll see what happens with that.
Well, y'all, I hope we haven't said anything too controversial.
Me too. I don't think so. Y'all, everything that we say in this video is not to offend anybody.
No,
it's not to come for like. Don't send hate to anybody. That was another thing that did bother me about.
I hate that about people.
Like when they are like, "You should die. Go kill yourself."
That's
like,
so awful.
No, like you're just as bad. You're just as bad as everybody.
Yes, you're worse. Honestly,
ultimately, yeah.
I mean, that's
you're worse.
That's low.
And so, like, and ultimately,
and I hope and pray that none of our. I hope that our subscribers
you think that you should ever
behave better than that. And if you don't know better than to not say stuff like that, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and get to 7 up our channel. Because I do not co-sign stuff like that.
Let's get back to 1,000 subscribers.
People can do the most awful thing, but you should not be saying stuff like that to people because you don't know what headspace they're in.
Yeah.
You could be inching somebody closer to doing something really, really crazy.
Yeah. And it's not worth it. Like,
no.
Keep people held to a standard. That's one thing about the internet is I think we're blending the lines between holding people accountable for their actions and then just becoming a bully back to them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like taking it that next step because we're talking about it not because we're like wanting to cancel NIKOCADO, but we're wanting him to like, or for me personally, I mean, we talk, y'all, if you've watched this video, you know exactly what we think about it, but it's to hold them up to a standard of just be a good person.
That's the thing, y'all. Just be decent.
If you hurt somebody, apologize.
If you do something bad to somebody and you hurt their feelings and they express that, then just apologize. If it means that it's an end to the relationship, if it's an end to the friendship, that's what it is, and just let it go. And if it means you're not going to collab with that person anymore, then that might be what it is. But just like be decent, be good to people, y'all. I feel like this is a good place to sign off.
And just like that, when life gets tough,
just keep on snacking, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. And be nice to everybody, please.
And have a Merry
Y'all be
Christmas.
nice to each other, honestly. And happy holidays.
Yeah.